What's up, y'all? It's Customized Key, and I got a real quick video on how to finesse not buying no books, baby, because I did it for 2 years. So I'm finna give y'all the plug on how to finesse not buying books. So around my junior and senior year of college, I was so over buying books, and it was just so expensive. So I was like, I'm not buying another book. So I'm gonna tell y'all a few things that I did and how I went around it, and I still passed all of my classes and still was able to contribute to meaningful discussion while I was in class. Tip number 1: go to the bookstore and read your books in the bookstore. Like in the summertime, I would go to the bookstore, I would go find my books for class, and I would sit down in that aisle and I would read it. And the people who worked at the bookstore, they thought I was crazy at first, but then when I just came every day, it wasn't like it was busy, so they didn't really care. I would just sit down, I would read the certain amount of pages that I had to read, and then I would leave. I would take my notes while I was there. And yeah, so tip number 1, go to the bookstore and read what you got to read for class at the bookstore. Number 2, for those of y'all who do not plan on going to that bookstore and sitting down and reading the whole time, you can do like I do and pro your life up. So I had an iPad at the time, and what I did was I went to the bookstore with my iPad and I took pictures of every single page that I needed to read for class, and I would make a photo album and put the pictures in there in order, so it would be like I was reading all the pages. But when I would take the pictures, I wouldn't take the picture like 1 page at a time. I would take them 2 pages at a time, so I was having half as many pictures for the number of pages that I had. And then I would just go home, and then I would have access to that book whether I was at home, whether I was in class, and I had that book right there. But guess what? I didn't pay for it. It was free. Nobody said anything to me about it, and I had all the information that I needed. So definitely, if you got an iPad, an iPhone, whatever, take pictures of the pages and just put them in a photo album by itself, so that you'll have each book separated by album. That's definitely an easy pro up on how to get around not buying a book. My 3rd tip for getting around this: ask a classmate. You'll always have a classmate who has a book, and you can you can use tip number 1 and tip number 2, or some people used to borrow the book, photocopy it, and like go somewhere where they could print for free on campus and literally make copies of all of the pages and staple them together. Some people would like scan them into their computers and things of that nature. Like, just ask their classmate, can I borrow your book for a day? Whatever. They would go and scan that book right into their computer, right into their iPad, right into their phone. So that way they still had access to it no matter where they were. And it was just a really convenient way for your classmates to help you out. They would borrow a book. You might be able to pick up a shift for them if y'all work at the same place. You might be able to get them some notes if they don't come to class one day, or just kind of catch them up. You never know what that could turn into. But if someone allows you to borrow their book, please take care of it and give it back to them in a timely fashion, because that will burn bridges for you if you don't do it right. People shouldn't have to hunt you down to get their stuff back, especially if they're doing you a favor by letting you borrow their book. 2 more and we're gonna wrap this up. Most times, depending on what the book is and how popular the use of that book is, you can find your book in an online PDF version, which is free. Now, where to go to find it, that I don't know. But when we had classmates who had found the PDF version, we would just have a group chat. They would put it in the link. They'll put the link in the group chat. Everybody would have access to it, and then people in class would just tell each other like, hey bro, I found this link, go check it out. And it was just an easy way for us to pro up on not having to buy that book because it was online. Everybody had access to it, and it's so much stuff on the internet. Okay, let me tell y'all, don't be out here paying for that stuff, especially if your book is for free online. You can get a PDF version of it. Sometimes I know that Google will have like long excerpts of certain books, so definitely look into that and just see if your book is out there, because there's a chance that it very well could be. My last and final tip for y'all on finessing these books: talk to your professor. Just ask your professor to borrow their book, because 9 times out of 10 professors be having like 2 copies anyway. So some professors will be like, if they're not gonna offer that, but if you go and talk to them like, look, I'm having a hard time getting these books financially, I just don't got it right now. Sometimes professors will be like, if you come to my office hours, you can read, you can catch up on, whatever we got to do for class, however you feel that you might be able to access this, you know, I'll do what I can to help you out. But definitely talk to your professor. They usually have a book. Ask them if you can see their book for a day or during class, or come before class and see if you can use that as a resource, just to put in the effort to let them know, like, look, I'm taking this class seriously and I really do want to do well. However, I cannot afford my books right now. I have a lot of financial stresses on me, and right now it's just not feasible for me to get that book. Like, I'm literally pinching pennies. So I mean, if you feel that you are comfortable enough to have that conversation with a professor, then by all means go do it. And guess what, nothing beats a failure but a try. So you never know, you could pro up off of asking your professor just to see their book, you know, before class, and, you know, take some pictures of their book, and you know, maybe they'll have some notes marked up in there. You never know. So utilize every resource that you possibly can, because it could turn out to be a pro up for the free ball. So don't be scared. Have some courage and put yourself out there. I'm Customized Key, and I hope that y'all like this video. I tried to keep it short and sweet. If you have any questions, comments, you can leave them below. Remember, I have an Ask FM, so you can also drop questions in there, and I'll immediately get the notifications. If you want to comment on this video, I would love that too. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. Comment, rate, and subscribe, and I will catch y'all on the flip side. Peace out.